Hello and welcome. This is Money, Motivation, and Mike. I am Michael Wright. Jason, are you down on that end?
I am present.
Well, I want to see if you're still there after I get through with this episode.
Oh,
yes.
might cut to my camera and be an empty seat.
Well, the viewers and listeners of this show, when we try to stay diversified and bring all the points to the table, but we have our stance and our beliefs and our thoughts, and obviously I've never been shy on expressing those. But today's topic comes to us from LGBTQ Nation. Now, I'm going to promise you, Jason, that the 325 plus thousand subscribers, viewers, listeners, etc. on Money, Motivation, and Mike would not think that I would have an episode that had to do with LGBTQ.
Well, you see the expression on my face?
Yeah, I see that dumbfounded look you got down there. Yeah, if you want to make sure that you zoom in. And
I'm scared where this is going.
I'm giving you permission in this particular episode to keep the camera on you more than it is me.
Boy.
And we know I like the spotlight, but I'm conceding today because I think the viewing audience would just love to see your expressions as we go through this. There's been a little happening. Now, like I say, this was in the monthly issue. This is the April 26 monthly issue of LGBTQ Nation, as a matter of fact. And as we get into this, let me ask you, you ever heard of Charlie Kirk?
Oh, yeah.
We've had Charlie Kirk episodes. I knew you did, but I was just trying to get a smile out of you down there. I know you are a large supporter of Charlie, or were, and still are of his, Turning Point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've done a Turning Point episode as well. Frankly, we discussed an episode or two after his death last year, which was, September 25, somewhere in there? Definitely the fall.
Yeah.
Okay. The GOP of Tennessee passes the Charlie Kirk Act. Have you heard of this?
I don't know what it entails, but I have heard of it.
The Charlie Kirk Act that could expel students who protest anti-LGBTQ speakers. Any aware of that at all?
No.
Okay.
I don't think anybody should keep somebody from speaking their mind. I do believe in free speech.
Well, if the Tennessee governor, Bill Lee, who is a Republican, signs the Charlie Kirk Act, and he may have already done that by now, I'm not for sure. The bill explicitly bans discrimination and or retaliation against someone due to their views on homosexuality and transgender behavior. So, you want to go out and get into the homosexuality rights. Okay, that is your prerogative. This law this act that may already be law allows you to go out in opposition of those rights, or speak your piece. Okay,
Yeah, a protest.
yes. So the Tennessee legislature has passed the Charlie Kirk Act, which now, if signed by Governor Lee, will ban public institutions. Now, they're talking about colleges. I'm not for sure about the high school, etc., but will ban public institutions of higher education from preventing people, look at this, with bigoted views from speaking on campus. Moreover, it will also punish students who speak out against campus speakers they disagree with. So, if you disagree with someone, this act will not allow you to go out and riot and throw and all those, these schools. And this all comes and stems from the Charlie Kirk going on to campuses and opening up. And I mean, it frankly just took it on the chin from a lot of people, but his responses were typically in, I always thought, very normal fashion. not confrontational.
Yeah.
He gave his view, you gave your view, y'all debated, and then you just decided to disagree was just fine.
Yeah.
And part of the deal.
He always structured his argument very intelligently and not in a confrontational way. So
the bill protects invited speakers. Now you have to be invited, as well as faculty members who express their views. It also explicitly states that a public institution of higher education cannot discriminate or retaliate against someone due to their views on homosexuality, transgender behavior, regardless of whether that opposition is motivated by religious or non-religious beliefs. So, if you want to speak out against homosexuality, this act allows you to do that. The legislature mandates that schools adopt the University of Chicago freedom of expression policy, which states that it is not the school's role to shield people from ideas or opinions they find offensive. The Tennessee bill quotes parts of the policy, including a segment that touts the school's fundamental commitment is the principle that debate and deliberation may not suppress because the ideas put forth are thoughts by some or even most members of the university community. You cannot be offensive, unwise, immoral, or wrong-headed. Wrong-headed. Not even sure what that means.
No.
But
yeah, not sure how that is defined.
I guess we'll have to do an episode of that one too.
Yeah.
Right now, we got enough episodes to go 10 years, do we not?
Absolutely.
Okay. It is the individual members of the university community, not the university as an institution, to make those judgments for themselves. In other words, the college, the university cannot tell you what you should and shouldn't be standing for, I guess.
Yeah, it seems to me what this is about is you have speakers who come and they want to talk about a certain subject. And if the faculty or anybody on that campus doesn't want that to be expressed, then they say, well, we don't want you here.
Or students.
Yeah, whomever. So if you want to, if they invite a speaker from whoever you are, then this allows them to come there regardless. So it's protecting, to me, it is protecting free speech. Because, I mean, you had people who went to some of these campuses and they were turned away. You know, they arrived to give their speech and they were turned away by campus security. So, yeah, it's definitely a blocker.
Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully this allows for it, because then a lot of these campuses seem to be indoctrinating kids with, these liberal ideas.
Well, their beliefs.
Yeah.
Their beliefs, whether they're right or wrong or indifferent, they are expressing their beliefs in the classroom and expecting you, in my opinion, to go out with it and support it when the bell rings. So once again, the Tennessee bill quotes parts of the policy. All right. And like I say, it is for the individual members of the university community, not the university as an institution, to make those judgments for themselves and to act on those judgments not by seeking to suppress speech, but by openly and vigorously contesting the idea that they oppose. So here's you a real big, deep question. Somebody shows up next week at the local university in white, I don't even know what you call it. I don't even call it overcoat or a white sheet with KKK wrote across the front.
Yeah.
How you think that's going to go over?
It's not going to look good for them.
Are they going to let them do it?
What's going to be the speech? What's the topics? What's this person's history of speaking? You know,
I guess
what their topics are.
I guess that would be
is he Casper or the triple K?
Yes. That would be right. So the actions the law would ban on campuses include making noise to drown out the speaker, blocking an audience's view of the speaker with one's body or a sign, staging a walkout during the event that causes considerable disruption and a distraction, or the need to pause the and then the event has to be paused, or preventing the speaker or the audience member from entering an event. This is what's all going to be banned.
I've seen that a lot, and I honestly I agree with it. You can sit out there, you can throw all the words you want to throw, but you shouldn't be able to impede somebody's progress into a building, to a function, anything to that sort.
Violations could lead to probation, suspension, or expelling of both students and faculty members. Okay. State Rep Gino Bulso, Republican, who sponsored the bill, claimed that the bill is not named after Kirk because of his conservative views, but rather because he actually gave his life to the defense of freedom of expression and doing so in a civil manner, which is what we were just talking about a while ago. That's why he's named it the Charlie Kirk bill. Not because he's a conservative.
Yeah.
All right. So this is also an interesting point too. Okay. So back last September, now this is state rep in Tennessee, Justin Jones, Democrat, pointed out it's ironic that this body is talking about free speech when he had professors in Tennessee schools expelled and suspended when they did not mourn the death of Charlie Kirk. When they said that his statements were problematic and that the way he died did not redeem the way he lived. And he says because of that, they were fired. Whether they were or they weren't, that's Representative Jones's point of view. So, Rep. Bluso, however, claimed Kirk was someone who encouraged everyone to love others and who wanted to be known for his courage and his faith, not his conservative, Republican, Democrat, or whatever views. There you go. Now, just for all fairness, Jason, this did come from the LGBTQ. And I can tell you how to subscribe to that national newsletter if you would like.
I'm sure a Google search would find it if I decided I ever needed it.
It would definitely do that. Yes. So support independent LGBTQ.
I don't think there's anything said there that I disagree with.
Well, I think that their point in putting this out, well, I'm not even going to think about it. They're the ones that brought it to the attention, and here it is. And by the way, the LGBTQ Journal can be purchased each month for $5. So there you go. LGBTQ Nation has put out information on the Charlie Kirk Act. And frankly, I agree with it as well. I've never understood why some people get to go and rally and frankly protest. But then when you protest the protest, you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Now, obviously violence and all those kind of things are not needed within this, would you call it, calm protests. But you ought to be able to speak your mind, speak your piece. And it seems like we are more so than ever at that point in this country. Good, bad, or in between.
Yeah, it ought to be an environment of free thought, and so free expression, and let each individual make their own decision from all that information that that they're receiving from whichever side.
Agree. As always, you can contact me, mx3.vip, info@mx3.vip. Find all of our content at mx3.vip and on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@mx3 Podcast. Go down and give us more of your comments and thoughts. I think we have another topic here that we may be getting some comments on. Jason?
Yeah, let us know below what you think about this act.
Absolutely. Comments. And for everyone who's been a part of this show of Money, Motivation, and Mike, continue to live your life the right way.